Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone who's joined so far. Thank you very much for jumping in. Make sure, as always, if you've got any questions, just to pop them in the chat. But thank you very much for joining for this market review on Tuesday, the 5th of October, US election day. Should be lots of fun in the coming days. But yes, let's see what's happening today. Good afternoon, Orlando. Thank you very much for jumping in. It's great to see you. And good afternoon to everyone else who's jumped in so far. So, yeah, see what Bitcoin. So, we've obviously had this pump just occurring 10 minutes before and into the US market open. Slight retrace so far, but yeah, we're going to be covering, there's plenty to cover today. We're going to be looking at a bunch of stuff. And the first thing we're going to be looking at is the 5-minute Solana chart, which has had a very, very good day so far. About, what time was it? Just before 4 o'clock. Background into the green. And yeah, so far, very profitable move as a day trade. Following it all up from just below 160, all the way up towards 168. So yeah, one for the day traders there, one for the scalpers. Really nice move on Solana on the 5-minute today. Obviously helped by Bitcoin's strength, but as we can see, we're up 4.91% on Solana, 2.5% on Bitcoin, so it's outperforming it today. Really impressive day so far for Solana. Is anyone trading Solana? Do you hold Solana? What's your price predictions for Solana for over the next couple months? You know, maybe 6 months. I enjoy using Solana. Really nice network to have. Cheap fees, fast. I did a swap yesterday. It was done within a couple of seconds. It's yeah, it's definitely the fun chain, that's for sure. So yeah, that's the move captured by Stonksy in the bank today on the 5-minute Solana chart. So the next one we're going to be pulling up is, well, let's do TON next because it's on the same time frame. So TON, currently it's shifted into the green over the last hour and a half or so in a slight, very small loss compared to where it shifted over. But this is what I had a look at this morning to pull up on stream. I've monster short on the 5-minute yesterday morning into the red background on the 5-minute. Small consolidation there, but eventually we had to follow through and the drop down, which is a really, really nice capture on Stonksy. So what was we was pulling back, so the candle closed there. Currently, if you was to get out where that would have been 3.5%, but if you was to close it lower down towards the bottom of the drop, you're looking at 5%, over 5%, potentially even 6% if you caught this bottom this morning. But yeah, either way, really nice profit on that short. If you caught that, if you didn't, if you don't use Stonksy, let me know. Maybe you're thinking about it. But we've got a few people in the chat so far. So yeah, any questions you've got, pull them up. But yeah, as you can see, Ton's making a move now in this green background, back towards the break-even point, but more than accounted for a potential loss on this if it happened with this downside move we got early this week to start. Another one on TON we're going to be looking at because we've got a few to cover on TON. The 4-hour chart. So we covered a 4-hour chart. Had a really nice high time frame move on TON on the 4-hour. Nice indication there into the red. Hung about this sort of range for a little bit. Didn't go too much over the entry. but eventually, obviously, we got the drop down, this monster wick here, this liquidation wick, and then the eventual follow through to fill it. But yeah, really nice high time frame move on ton there, starting early October. So yeah, that's it's more of a swing trade for sure. But yeah, another high. Yesterday we covered some high time frame ones as well on the 4 hour. I think one was apt and ZRO was the other one on the 4 hour. So as you can see, Stonksy is not just for lower time frame, not just for high time frame, all time frames. So that's 1 hour, and then got another one on ton to cover as well. The 1 hour. So if we zoom out a little bit, as you can see, the 1 hour caught a very similar trade to the 4 hour, apart from it got in a little bit later. I think the 4 hour one opened about the 6th or the 7th of October. This 1 hour one opened on the 22nd, so a few weeks later, but caught the majority of the move down, especially this liquidation wick here. So we obviously had that on the 1 hour. Then we got a long on here, went into some decent profit there. Even if you didn't take any, you would have been stopped out very marginally, with a tiny loss. Potentially move you stop into break even if you was up at that point. And then we got this one, obviously into the red there. Initial drop, slight bounce back to entry, drop lower. So maybe you closed there, potentially there. If you didn't, the background closed there anyway, which is well below where it started. So that's another one in the books on this 1 hour time frame on ton. Break even, green background on there, nothing to worry about, nothing to cover. And then we had this other red one here, which opened up yesterday and caught all the drop down, and it's yet to close on the red there. It's still open, but obviously it will likely close if Bitcoin is going to take the market to the upside with it. If Bitcoin drops again and tanks everything, this might stay open and there might be some more juice to the downside. But as it stands, as a day trade, currently just shy of 3.5%. Can't complain with that for a day trade. Not bad at all. So that is ton covered. So we've covered Solana so far. We've covered ton on a few time frames. So the next one we're going to go and have a look at. Oh, there's a nice one as well on the 10-minute. Just as a change of time frame. Green background didn't bring anything profitable, minor loss, but 10-minute again caught a drop down. So that's another good one on ton. So the next one, we've got a couple 10-minute charts to cover across these. First one's Doge. We covered this. Did we cover this one? No, we wouldn't have covered this yesterday, I don't think. Maybe we did. But it would have only been about where would it have been? Would have only been minor in a loss in a profit. I don't think I covered it yesterday. But shifting to the green background on Monday. And then as we've got the Doge pump currently, it's up just over 10%. So it's caught the full move on Doge over yesterday and today, which is really nice. 10% today, but if we take it from the open, we're up over 15%, and to the Pico top, just under 19%. So yeah, really nice move on Doge on a 10-minute so far, and it's not closed out yet. So there might be some more juice in this for Doge. Like I say, probably up there with one of the best performers today, in the top 100 anyway, with a plus 10% move. But we will see firstly how high this goes and where the background changes. We'll take a look at that tomorrow and follow it up. But yeah, as you can see, lower time frames proving just as profitable as the 4 hour and 1 hours. So that's on Doge. Let's have a look at Rune. Rune again. Rune had quite a severe loss over the last few days. I have to zoom out just to even get it. So what day was it? Saturday over the weekend. Shifting to the red background. This is the 10-minute chart as well. And we just had this steady sort of just staircase down on Rune. Just a series of lower lows, lower highs, just bounces being sold into. Eventually, the liquidation drop, and then closed the red background there, nice close to the bottom, and so far running in a nice profit on the green that's just opened. The green opened what time? 11:30 UTC. So we had just shy of a 20% move from the red opening to the close to the bottom, 23.5%. So yeah, if you go from open till close and you don't even count the actual bottom, just shy of 20% over 4 days. So you can't complain with that, can you? Really nice move on Stonksy there. And then just today, it's caught another just shy of 4.5% back to the upside on that. So really nice yo-yo on there. Caught big drop, closed out, and is now riding the relief bounce. So that's a demonstration of Stonksy not just catching one move and then the indication ending, it's catching a reversal as well. And as we can see, Rune's up 10% today, so it's starting to erase some of these losses that it suffered. So that's on the 10-minute. Another one on the 10-minute we've got to cover is HNT. Again, this is another one from Saturday, similar to Rune. Entering the red background there, and then just sort of like a steady staircase down. Just bounces being sold into. But this one closed, before the Rune one. Closed there, did have a bounce and then a further drop lower. But it caught, what are we catching here? Let's see. From open till close, 5%. And then if you want to go towards the bottom, around 8%-ish. If you was to close it there. But from open till close, just over 5%. So another nice move on that. And then today, we had a green background open on HNT there. And it's caught the impulse move to the top, even after retracing these candles. We're still sitting at a decent upside move there for a day trade anyway. Just that's in about 4 hours of being open. Let's see. So from open till the top of that wick would have been 7%. But the likelihood is if it was still open, you're still up 2%, and that's in 4 hours. So nice little day trade or scalp there. If you happen to be chart watching when this happened, you would have likely just closed that just off impulse anyway. Just realizing that was probably just an impulse spike, and you would have got 7% in 2 hours. So another good one on there on Stonksy on HNT, which is up 4%. So not as much as Rune and Doge, but it's still up there. So got another one to look at on HNT as well, is the 1 hour chart. If you've got any questions, guys, or anything you want to say, just pop it in the comments box. But it's nice if you used to join. We've got 6 in at the moment. So we're steady away sort of at them figures. But so in the middle of last week, we had this very short-lived one. It's close for a very minor loss. It opened and closed there. So a fraction of a percentage, really. back into the white background. But then we had the red open again on the 1 hour on Thursday. And as we can see, we've ridden the trend all the way down, like the other patterns that we've seen on Rune. And what was the other one? Was that Ton? Or it might have been HNT actually on the 10-minute. Yeah, just this steady drop, bounces being sold. And then yeah, there's that wick from them 2 10-minute candles that we had there while the 10-minute was in the green background. But another one for you from the red background open to currently 12%. If you happen to catch this at the bottom and closed yourself, 16, 15, 16%. So that's another good one. Another good example of Stonksy's performance over the last week or so. Obviously, this is on the 1 hour, so you're talking a couple of days, perhaps a week for the move to occur. But yeah, if you've only just joined, guys, we've covered plenty of lower time frame movements on Doge, Rune, HNT. This one, I don't believe we've covered Portal yet, have we? But yeah, that's coming up next. But yeah, another example of a good Stonksy indication on the 1 hour there for any high time frame traders if you're not quite down to the 10-minute or lower. Right, so moving swiftly on to Portal. Portal's one of the biggest losers today, I believe, in the top 100. As we can see, another similar occurrence as HNT into the red background late last week, Thursday, same day. Initial drop, slight bounce over, short-lived by 2 hours, back below, and then yeah, same pattern as we've seen. This had more of a bit of a sharper drop than the others that we was covering, but really nice catch by Stonksy there. And if we go from the red background open to now, 8.5%. If you happen to close it, maybe Sunday, Monday, you're talking anywhere between 10 plus all the way down to 16%. Currently, background's still open, but if the market momentum carries on to the upside, this will close likely. And even if it closed here, it's still capturing 8% from the open. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining. We've got 8 in so far, so that is good. That's good. If you've got any questions or anything you want to say, just pop it in. Smurfy, hello. Oh, that's good, mate. Yeah, thank you very much for joining. I remember you joined in the first ones last week, didn't you? And it's good that you joined. Yeah, I set up your access for you, but I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, make sure you tag us in any posts that you put on Twitter, and we'll repost and reply to you. But it's good that it's improved, and yeah, long may it continue. It's good that you're benefiting from it already. Thanks for your question, Pedro. How long for the alarm to come out? Very, very soon. It's in the last stage of testing. So, yeah, TMG covered it on stream today as well. But yeah, we are in the last phase of testing of it. So yeah, imminently, potentially late this week, maybe early next week, but in the grand scheme of things, not long at all. We just have to make sure it's right. We want to get it out to the users as fast as possible because the alerts will be fantastic. It'll be a really nice addition for people to perhaps, if you've not got time to chart watch, you can just get through the alert for the background colours. But it has to be right and it has to work. So yeah, hopefully this week, if all goes well on the final testing, if there's any slight hiccups, perhaps maybe delayed until early next week. But yeah, within the next week, I would say, without anything going wrong that we can't already foresee. So, are you currently using it, Pedro, or are you looking on getting it? What's your situation with Stonksy? It'd be great to know if you're already using it or if you're looking at getting it due to the alerts coming out. But yeah, this is the really nice indication on Portal there. Really nice drop over the last few days. And there's another one to cover on Portal as well. There is the 10-minute chart, which had a really nice indication as well. Oops. So if we zoom out to this one at first. Over on Saturday. So yeah, we had a few of these on Saturday on the 10-minute chart. They all sort of seem to line up. You have Stonksy. Oh, that's good. Well, I hope you're enjoying the access so far, yeah. And the alerts should benefit you massively when they come out. So it's something to look forward to for the coming days and week. So yeah, Saturday, like a few others, into the red background there. And then, yeah, the pretty much straight drop that we had on it. So this one on Saturday, from open till close, just under 8%. And then if you happen to catch the drop and manually closed, you're looking at 14, 15, 13%ish. So that was a good one on Stonksy for 3 days. Saturday open, Monday close. Obviously the big drop. I think that was where Bitcoin dropped down to 67k, wasn't it? Which is what would have caused that. Then we had this green one, which closed for a minor loss compared to this drop that gave right before. So that's no issue at all. You're talking 0.5% there at the most. And then today we've had another one open. And this is all on the 10-minute chart. Into the green background this morning. And then, yeah, we've had a nice move to the upside on Portal. So we're currently just over 3% on that. 4%, just over 4% is a high. But yeah, in terms of a day trade, couple of hours. Aha, hello Block Pro. Thank you very much for joining. But yeah, so that's Portal today. Really nice catch on that. So we've got one more to cover, I believe, on the list. And then we'll have likely covered everything that I had planned. And it is Maker on the 1 hour. Good afternoon to you, sir. I hope you're well. I hope you are well. Oop. A few technical errors there. So yeah, over the weekend, short-lived red, short-lived green, but got into the red background there. And then alongside most of the others that we've covered today, similar pattern of drop-off, just bounces being sold. And yeah, it's still in the red at the moment on that one. So if we just remove these and take a look. So from open of the red down, we're currently just under 6%. Did reach 6% over the last few hours. But this is looking like one of the weaker ones that we've covered, The other ones like Portal, HNT, Rune, Doge, all up decently today. Tons around near enough zero movement, but Maker, yeah, it's definitely looking like one of the weaker ones. With into the background there on Saturday, and yeah, it's pushing to new lows for this week. So that is Maker on the 1 hour. That so we've had a good mixture today of. We've covered Sol on the 5 minute. We've covered Doge, Rune, HNT, and Portal on the 10 minute. We've covered Ton on the 5 minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour. And then we've covered Rune, HNT, and Maker on the 1 hour. So really good mixed bag there. Good selection of high time frame, low time frame, and different altcoins. Some large and medium caps. But if we go over, let's take this off and let's go see what Bitcoin's doing before we finish off. How long have we been on for? Let's see. Just shy of half an hour. That's good. Yeah, we seem to be keeping these to about half an hour, 40 minutes. Seems to be a good amount of time. But yeah, obviously we had this on US Open, and we had a bit of a dip from it, but it looks like the dip's been eaten for now. Anyway, I might be pushing back up. Is anyone in any trades so far, or what's your feelings for how this week will go? Obviously today and potentially into tomorrow we've got the election, so there's the result of that, and then on Thursday we have the Fed's interest rate decision. So a week piled full of events and volatility, no doubt. But if you're in any trades, let me know. Or what are your feelings on where the market's going to go this week? I have a feeling what you're going to say, Block Pro, but maybe you've had a different look. Yeah, I had a feeling that you was going to say that. But it will be interesting to see where this goes today. Obviously, we've got. If we have a look, what was interesting was this couple of days that we had. So we had 6 down days here, and that's the most consecutive down days I can remember on Bitcoin for a while. Obviously we had this phase here. I have a few. I think that was 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so 5 there. But in terms of consecutive red days, I think it was the most in a long time. Can't see any that's jumping out at me for consecutive. So it might be even going back to 2023 for the most consecutive red down days. I don't know. Did you notice that, Block Pro? 6 red down days. I believe that's the most since 2023. Not sure what points there, but in terms of consecutive red candles, yeah, I think that's the most in potentially a year, maybe even more. But yes, very good. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see. It doesn't happen often. No, it doesn't. No, and that my initial feeling was that, obviously you had this push up, failure to break all time high. Then we had sort of this hanging man candle here, and then obviously this was probably a rejection. A retrace after failing to break up. Follow through of failing momentum. But I think potentially like these 4, maybe the last 3, was just people de-risking moving into the election. It was what my feeling was, and then obviously today, we're getting the reaction of people taking advantage of the de-risking. Solana, $100, 50x lev, currently looking at the 3-minute, 25% up at the moment. Well done, John. It's good to hear it. Yeah, 50x leverage. That's a lot. But if it works out for you, happy days. I hope it works for you. And you managed to close it in some good profit. But yeah, my initial thought was, this candle was probably the reaction from the turn of momentum, failing to break to the upside. But I think the last 3, maybe 4, this was just de-risking moving into today. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you soon. Oh, thank you. Hello, Fever. Welcome. You've missed all the Stonksy coverage, but yeah, you've missed all the Stonksy coverage. We've covered quite a lot, but yeah, I was just looking at Bitcoin right before we finished the stream just to see what it was doing. But yeah, thanks for stopping by to say hello. If you want to go back and watch it, so for anyone who's just joined, today we've covered Solana on the 5 minute. We've covered Doge on the 10 minute. We've covered Rune on the 10 minute and 1 hour. We've covered HNT on the 10 minute and 1 hour. We've covered Ton on the 4 hour, 1 hour and 5 minute. We've covered Portal on the 1 hour and 10 minute. And we've covered Maker on the 1 hour. So yeah, plenty of stuff for you to go back and watch if you want to. If you want to, I think we're only about 35 minutes in, so it's not too much of a long one. You can always skip through to whatever parts you want. But yeah, we've covered plenty of altcoins today, some large caps, mid caps, and yeah, a good mixture between high time frame and low time frame Stonksy indications. So yeah, do make sure to go back and check it out if you've joined to the latter stages. But thank you everyone who's jumped in. We've had quite a few more jump in towards the end. Grass was following Bitcoin quite closely this morning, not since. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people trading that math recently. Was you trading it or was you just following it? The max is 6x on Breet. I'm not sure what Breet is, or did you mean Brett? Either way, yeah, I hope you're in profit. Well done. But yeah, if anyone has got any last questions, I'll give it a minute. If you've got any Stonksy questions, or if you've got anything perhaps you maybe want me to look at specifically before we finish it. Trading cautiously, yeah. Yeah, like I was saying, today we've obviously got the election, maybe a carryover into tomorrow for the election. And then we have the Fed's interest rate decision on Thursday. So yeah, it's definitely a week where it could go either way, or it could just go up and down constantly. It's definitely a week to trade cautiously. You've got the right idea there. But yeah, if anyone's got any last questions, pop them in. Love Stonksy, about to load a Femex account and trade it. Very good. Fever, glad that you enjoy it. And John closed 35 bucks profit. Well done. Nice trade for you there, John. Luna. So what I'm doing on the Stonksy channel is we are covering Stonksy indications. So I'm not live trading it. I don't have a trading account open and placing live trades. What I'm doing is we're going back and seeing what Stonksy has said over the past day or two, or potentially week if it's on the 1 hour or 4 hour time frames. But we're just going back through. So for instance, just to give you a quick idea, if we go down to say the 10-minute chart, we covered quite a few on the 10-minute today. So this is an example of what we're doing on these live streams. So for instance, Doge, we covered the green background catch on Doge. So that flipped green yesterday there, and has obviously caught all the move up. So we're just going through and we're just having a look what Stonksy's saying. So, that's a 16% move in 2 days on the 10-minute chart using Stonksy. So yeah, we're just going through, just looking at what Stonksy's saying, the indications that it's give, and just looking at the market too. But if we have a look at Rune, again, we covered what Stonksy did over the weekend. So we had the shift into the red background on Saturday, caught the big drop down, closed the red background there, and is currently catching the relief bounce to the upside. So yeah, this is generally what we're doing. We're just coming on here, having a look what Stonksy's been saying or is potentially saying now, like this one that's open, this 10-minute one, currently running on Rune. And yeah, just covering the indications. If you want to have a look at another one, there's Portal. So Portal's another one. We had a big drop down on it on Saturday there. Big move down. Very small loss on this green background here. When he captured that move, that's not big of a deal at all. But he's currently as well in a green background on here and catching the bounce back to the upside. So yeah, that's just an idea for you of what we're doing. Just coming on, having a look what Stonksy's saying, what it's been catching recently, and answering any questions. Here's one on Bitcoin for you on the 10-minute chart. Another live one. Red background there. Eventually closed around break even. Maybe just a slight loss, but caught a decent drop on it. So, you would imagine at this point you would have set your stop loss to entry anyway, or moved it into profit, or even closed it manually. But shifting to the green there, and has caught a nice pump today. So that's on Bitcoin on the 10-minute as well. And that is still open on the 10-minute. And currently, we are getting a nice push above 70k again. So we had the US Open pump, retrace, and now pushing to new daily highs. So yeah, that's what we're doing on these live streams, and just answering general questions. We get people coming in who use Stonksy and are using it, now, or have been using it a while, or potentially people who don't have Stonksy and they just need some questions answering. Answer questions on stream, cover anything. Don't use the plot and line settings. Yes, sometimes. Yeah. The plot and line is good for momentum. So, for instance, if you're looking to identify slowdowns in top side or lower side momentum after some big moves, particularly say on the daily and the 4-hour, you could scale it down to even lower if you're a scalper and things. But we will take a look at the plot and line this week, yeah. But over the last few days, we've just been focusing on the background color change. But we will take a look at the plot and line this week, so make sure you jump in for that. But Bitcoin's currently experiencing a good push up. Thank you everyone who's joined so far. We've had a lot of you jump in towards the end. If you have jumped in towards the end, just make sure you go back to the start and watch it, or skip through, just so everyone knows who's in here. Today we've covered Solana on the 5-minute, Doge on the 10-minute, Rune on the 10-minute and 1 hour, HNT on the 10-minute and 1 hour, Ton on the 4-hour, 1 hour and 5-minute, Portal on the 1 hour and 10-minute, and Maker on the 1 hour. So there's plenty there for you to go back and have a look if you want to. If you want to go and take a look at a certain section, or if you want to watch the full thing, I think we've been live probably for about 40 minutes, maybe just less. And we are getting a nice Bitcoin pump today. So we will see if that continues. But if anyone's got any final questions, I'll just give it a moment for you to pop into the chat. And if not, we will finish the stream there. But yeah, if you've got any final questions, just pop them in and we'll answer it before we end the stream. How easy would you think it would be to set up a bot to trade using Stonksy? Thanks for your question, Crypto Bro. So that's actually something that will be coming via ourselves in the near future. So first of all, obviously we've got the alerts. That's in the final testing to give alerts on the background color change. But a bot that will be able to auto trade based on the background indications, so auto open longs and shorts, and obviously close them as well, is something that is in the development pipeline that will be coming hopefully in the next few months. So yeah, watch this space on that. That will be available to users at some point. And we've got 19 in here now. 19's, we started doing the streams Thursday, so we're on the 4th one, and 19 is the biggest that we've had numbers wise in here. So thank you very much for everyone who joined. Like I say, go back and flick through or watch the full thing again. We covered plenty of indications today. Ones that happened over the weekend, ones that happened on Monday, and ones that have opened today as well on Stonksy. So there's plenty there for you to watch and have a look at what Stonksy's been saying. So if anyone's got any final questions or anything that they want to ask, just pop them in the chat now. Otherwise, we'll finish the stream there in a second. Yeah, so I'll be streaming every day, Monday to Friday, Luna. Yeah, so Monday to Friday. It will vary at the time wise, potentially mostly afternoons like this. But yeah, Monday to Friday, I will be live every day at some point, covering Stonksy indications and the market. Now, bye, bro. I can't answer that for you. This is not a financial advice stream. This is educational purposes. So I cannot add. I cannot tell you what to do. Add subtitle. Ah, very funny. We've got a comedian in the comment section, haven't we? We've got a comedian in the comment section. I'm sure you can add subtitles yourself if that's what you need. Go into the settings. But yeah, Luna. So hopefully you tune in every day. Be good to see you in here. And yeah, Monday to Friday we'll be streaming every day, just covering the market and Stonksy indications. And so far we've only covered crypto. But I will look at covering stocks, indices, commodities, and FX because obviously Stonksy covers everything. So we won't just be covering crypto. Perhaps tomorrow I'll be looking to cover some currency pairs, maybe some gold. Maybe we look at the S&P 500, some stocks. We'll switch it up. It won't just be fully crypto because I'll be able to demonstrate to you how you can use it in other markets as well. If you perhaps trade more than just crypto, or maybe you're looking to branch out a little bit into FX or other things. Doesn't matter if I use Stonksy or not. I get ruined, bored of crypto at the most important time. I'm sorry to hear that, Aaron. The best thing you can do in a situation like that is just take a step back, stop what you're doing. The most important thing is if you think you're getting ruined, don't lose anymore. So just make sure that you keep whatever you've got now, take a step back, make sure you don't lose any more money, and come up with a plan of your next steps. So what's going wrong for you at the moment, why you think it's going wrong, how you can alter it. So maybe you need to adjust yourself to a much lower risk management. So potentially a 1R, 3R system where each trade you're only losing 1%. And then obviously you have a maximum gain of 3% each trade. And then in that instance, you should be at a point where you're not getting ruined in theory. But that's just one example of what you could do. But most important thing, just take a step back, clear your head, figure out your next steps, and implement some sort of tighter risk management into your trading. So just make sure that you stop doing what you're doing at the moment if it's proven to be unprofitable and you're losing a lot of money. But that's just one option for you. Does Stonksy factor in the profit? No, it factors in momentum math. So it factors in momentum. So it will identify when it thinks there's an uptick or slowdown in momentum. Obviously, you can manage the profit if how and as you like. If you're in profit and Stonksy's still in a colour change, you can get out and take it off the table if you want to. And then the bar, so the bar color change will go on when the bar closes. So like that one that's in green at the moment, that color change was cemented on that bar close. Aaron needs block, bro. Potentially jalapeno, yeah. What time frames do you suggest focusing with Stonksy? It depends what type of trader you are. Like, are you a scalper? Are you a swing trader? Potentially maybe you like to trade just a couple times a week. Then obviously you want to be looking at the higher time frames. If you're a scalper, maybe you're taking a few trades a day, or maybe you're just taking one day trade a day. But it depends what trader you are. But today we've covered swing. So, you might be able to get some swing trades in on the 10-minute like we've covered today. Rune had a big drop over the weekend. That was, I think, down to 20%. So that was a big drop, and that was come from the 10-minute. I think it was on the 1 hour as well. But if you're a swing trader, maybe the 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, but 10-minute can catch some big ones as well. If we go over to Rune, I'll just show you a quick example. I don't know if you caught it or not, but oops, let me get rid of that. So this is obviously on the 10-minute, so it's a low time frame, but it caught obviously the big drop on Rune here. So this is only a 4-day trade, but it went into the red there on Saturday, and from open to the close of the color change was 18%, and then obviously further down, you've got 20, 22, 23 if you closed it manually. But that's obviously one example of the 10-minute catching a big one. But 10-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, and then obviously on Rune, it's catching the move back to the upside now as well. That kind of explains why some bars. Yeah, that's right, Math. Yeah. So that was obviously an example of there, but you can always counter that, Math, by just throwing some basic SR lines on there. If you throw some basic SR lines on the chart, you can always just opt to manually close some trades. If you get to enough P&L where you're satisfied, or if it comes into a level where you think, oh, it might bounce here or it might reverse, you can just always opt to manually close it. You don't always have to wait for the color to change again if you don't want to. Use multiple timeframes together, or just stay on one. It depends on your level of experience, I think, with that, Luna. I mean, if you're an experienced trader, you might be used to having 2, 3, 4, 5 positions open at the same time. If you're new to trading, or if you've maybe just been trading a little while, maybe you prefer to focus on one trade at a time. But if you're talking about to judge the price direction, I would potentially just look at one time frame. If you're a swing trader, obviously it might be a high time frame. But yeah, I think if you've got any final questions, just drop them in now. Thank you everyone who's joined as well and engaged in the chat. It's good to have a nice active chat. Hopefully we'll start getting more and more people in the streams. And it was a really good one today. I've enjoyed that. So I'll just give it a little moment for anyone to pop in. Any final questions? But yeah, Luna, maybe pick 1 to 3 time frames and just focus on that. But as long as you've got, your risk outlined, your risk management's correct, you've got the points where if you get stopped out, you've managed it correctly and it's not going to blow up your account, then you can look at a few time frames where you can maybe be waiting for it to come to a level or an indication on the 1 hour or 4 hour for your swing trading, and then maybe it's indicating something on the 10-minute where you will take that in the meantime and go with that. But again, it depends on your experience and if you can manage having multiple plans at once. Yeah, That's a good idea, Math. Yeah, switch between time frames, and then it's never a bad idea to also have your SR lines on there. But yeah, thank you everyone who's joined today. That was a great stream, and make sure that you jump in tomorrow. I'll be live again tomorrow. I'll post it on the Twitter, and you should get it if you put the notification bell on the Stonksy YouTube channel. You'll get a notification when I'm live as well. So yeah, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you all tomorrow.